Good evening, everybody. Today is the 21st of October, as according to the old calendar. I'm, of course, Rita Lasso. Welcome to Voices of British Orthodoxy. Today, we have a few saints for you in the book, in the group chat, and in the Celtic Saints website. So, before we do get into our first entry for today, I do want to point out that the rest of this week's videos will be delayed. If you're watching this in the future beyond this week, then you don't really have to worry about that. But for those of you that are watching during, this week before the 7th of November 2025, I do want to make it clear that, yeah, there will be a bit of a delay in those uploads because I am going on pilgrimage to North Macedonia. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get into the first entry. Our first entry is Saint Finian, also known as Fintan also and Mundus, and he is from the 7th century. Saint Finian was an Irish disciple of Saint Columba at Iona, who we commemorate back on the 9th of June, who upon Saint Columba's repose returned to Ireland, where he founded and served as first abbot of the celebrated monastery of Taghmon, present-day Taghmon, County Wexford, in brackets. That last bit was in brackets, in 599. Saint Finian is principally remembered for his support of the Celtic method of calculating the date of Pascha, defending the practice at the Synod of Marleen in 630. The following year at the Synod of Alb, Saint Finian unsuccessfully argued in favour of the Celtic method against Saint Lazarian, who is commemorated on the 18th of April, though he soon after accepted the decision of the Synod. According to the Annals of Taghmon, Saint Finian reposed in 634, and he's listed in the Aberdeen Breviary as Saint Mundus Abbot. The group chat entry says Saint Fintan Monu Finian of Taghmon, Ireland, 635 in brackets again. A disciple of Saint Columba at Iona, he founded the monastery of Taghmon in County Wexford in Ireland. In Scotland, he is called Saint Mundus. He bore terrible skin disease with great patience. He does, as you can see, have a Troparion. As a disciple of Ionia's founder that was rooted firmly in the faith and the monastic disciplines, a founder of Taghmon's monastery, Holy Father Fintan, righteous ascetic and champion of our church, as thou didst defend the tradition of the fathers in the faith, defend us, O saint, from soul-destroying innovations, that we stray not away from the way of salvation. Let's see which saint is next. We can do Saint Tuda. Saint Tuda is from the 7th century. A native of Ireland, Saint Tuda travelled to Lindisfarne, where he succeeded Saint Taghmon, who is commemorated on the 18th of February as bishop. A man of great ability and holiness of life, Saint Tuda was a staunch supporter of the Roman practices regarding tonsure and calculation of the date of Pascha. His episcopal appointment promised great things to come, but he reposed within a year of his consecration, a victim of the plague, which was laying waste to his flock at the time. Group chat entry says Saint Tuda of Lindisfarne, Bishop of Lindisfarne, bracket C.664 AD, a monk from Ireland who succeeded Saint Taghmon as Bishop of Lindisfarne in England. Saint who is our next saint? This is interesting. So, the book... Okay, I'll read the book entry. Saint Malefgni of Cluiain Ednich, and he is from the 8th century. Saint Malefgni is listed on the calendar of several Orthodox jurisdictions, including the Moscow Patriarchate, and a date for his feast is listed by the Balandists in the Acta Sanctorum. There seems to be no further information on his life other than the assertion that... Forgive me. the assertion that he was of Clwyn Ednich. Brackets, Clwyn Ednich Clona, brackets, in County Laos, Ireland, Laos, Ireland. The famous monastery founded by Saint Fintan, who is commemorated on the 3rd of January. Saint Malafgini reposed in 767. The group chat entry says, it just says Saint Malafgen of Clwyn Ednich Island Abbot, bracket 767 AD. The group chat entry for our final saint, who is Saint Wendelin of Forley, is Saint Wendelin of Trier. Wendelinus Wendell, a Scottish shepherd who is famous for his holiness and is venerated at St. Wendel on the Nahe in the west of Germany, bracket 7th century. He was a hermit near Trier. Slightly different entry, but thank you all for watching. May those saints intercede for us before the righteous judge. God bless you all, and Amen.